Hey guys, long time no see. uh, there's been going on so much craziness that I haven't been able to do my videos, and well, I think I'm changing ways of sharing, and somehow I feel it's inevitable because this is just what is happening from my being. It's like an alchemy that is just proceeding and just doing its own thing, and I'm just kind of going along with it because I feel that this is not so much my human being, more my soul being that is in charge of this change that is coming. So yeah, but I still wanted to do this video. I don't know really why, but I just felt like it feels relevant right now. I'm going through massive stuff. First and foremost, it's really difficult. I've had to cut people out of my life completely, and I am back alone with my daughter, and the changes have been tremendous. I'm doing everything by myself, and I have a very difficult living situation. I'm not complaining because it's teaching me a lot, but it's not easy. Yeah, so anyways, I felt like talking about more of the what I am channeling as the divine feminine essence. I am not saying that my way is for everyone. I want to make that really clear because sometimes I feel, and this is maybe not true, but I feel that that some people think that just because I have my way of being and seeing things, it's not allowing them to be or see what they are seeing. And that is not what I'm saying at all. I'm just saying this is my perspective of things. This is how I experience my stuff, and this is why I share it, because it's very close to my heart. It feels very real to me, and that's all we can do, be as real as we can. So since this feels real, I talk about it because I feel that given to the situations that I've been in, it has given me a lot of perspective of my pain, the happenings in my life. So I do find it like a medicine. I do find it helpful. I do find it magical for me because it feels like it does give me this magic edge to everything. And I guess in a way that's the only thing that is actually pushing me forward right now, because if it would not be for that, I would completely lose it. I think that's how tough this time has been. And even if it's also it's very relieving to not be around doubt like I've felt and been before, and not be around deception, which I felt also, maybe not from the people around me, maybe from myself, but still deception. I felt like something was not in alignment with how I saw myself, and no matter what people around me said or did, it didn't feel aligned and true towards my being and who I am as an essence. So I felt like I was being insulted. I don't want to get into details because this is actually living human beings I'm talking about. So I respect them. Even if they are not around me, they are still choosing to do their path. And I mean, what do I know? You know, what do I know about what they are learning through their own paths? What I do know is that it was not adding up to mine. You know, it's no judging in the path in itself, because I see this a lot in people where we tend to want to make differences and make judgments about what is and what is not, what is spiritual, what is not spiritual, this is better, this is worse, stuff like that. But it's like, it's, for me, that's really, it's not something I like to do, because I like to know anything, you know. It's, that's why we say that anything can be a teacher or is a teacher, because, or it, there's a possibility for it, at least, you know. And it's up to the individual self to do that or not, but anything can teach us something. So for me, I would be arrogant not to. That's how I feel. So I'm not here to judge what is what. I'm not here to say this is better or this is worse, because that's something that comes from me, has nothing to do with the other being. So I just find it very unnecessary. The only thing that I can say no to is to the ones that say no to me, which is the whole meaning of all inclusiveness, where everything gets to be in, but what doesn't choose everything, you know. So everyone has a possibility to join, but the only rule is that you have to accept everything as well, you know. So, and not many can do that yet, you know. Not even I mean, I try to as much as I can, but there are things that I don't allow, or allow too much. So that's when I find my gaps, and I have allowed, mostly I allow too much, and in comes the things that do not include me. So that's where I have to go back and check what was it that didn't include me, why, or just say no thank you, you know, not even think about it. But I like to look things through. I don't like to be raw, choose and not choose with as much as possible into consideration. So anyways, I wanted to talk about the divine feminine essence as I see it, and because the all-inclusiveness is a very important part for everyone to understand about the divine feminine. The divine feminine is all embracing. It's her essence. So and I understand that it can be hard for people to understand that, how is that possible. And as I said, you know, the only rule is that everything gets to be in, so that counts her in as well. So that's where some things automatically just like leave her, you know, because that's the only thing she can choose. In the end, she chooses herself. So first she chooses everyone else, but then in the last part of her journey, or some last part, I'm not saying it's the last part, but of this part, she just chooses herself and looks around, what is not choosing me, you know. So that's where the completion comes into play. And I feel that it's kind of a very it doesn't have flaws in a way. You don't get these energetical gaps when you do this, because there's nothing to say about it. If you say everyone gets to be in, yeah, it's like, feels like a kiddie game in a way, but aren't we children? Like, in a way, we're her children, or divine children, or children of light, whatever. In a way, we are always children, and this is a game which is supposed to be real, or which I feel that when we win it, when we make it real, when we make it matter, when we make it count for something, not just because, so I'm walking around the topic I wanted to talk about. I wanted to talk about sex. Yeah. Sex has been a very difficult topic in my life. I've been abused since I was a child, sexually, and also as an adult, in my not marriage, but we had children, so whatever. No details. But yeah, so I've experienced much with sex. I've given myself to people that could not handle me at all, and they did whatever they wanted with me. They basically, they just mistreated me, or my essence, or my being, so much that I am like, I am a Cancer moon, and I am really feeling my Cancer moon. It's like I am in my shell, and I am not getting out of it. Sexually, I have been treated very difficult. I mean, it's been hard, because and this is why I wanted to talk about this. This is not a pity case about me and my life. This is more about sharing my perspective on Tantra, and why I actually I'm not feeling it as many do. Tantra for me is well, I haven't experienced Tantra. Tantra, I have not. So I'm just gonna leave that aside. But I do know that many people try, or that are on a spiritual path, begin experimenting with Tantra. And I want to tell you, men mostly, Tantra, if it's not correctly used, I guess, because there has to be a very spiritual connotation to it, I think, to really get it, the essence of it. And as a female, you need to be very, very healed to do Tantra. You cannot do it with wounds, as I have. It's impossible, because Tantra basically makes the man withhold. It holds, and it holds, and it holds, right? And let me tell you, the divine feminine essence has been so much for such a long time in darkness, and she has experienced so much during such a long time. I'm not just speaking for me, I'm speaking for many females that have been in similar positions as I have, or historically way back, but with sex, how the divine feminine essence has been used in sex. So she feels very, very contained, like there's some holding back her essence, okay? And this is very, for me, it's very symbolical as to how the man is channeling spirituality with all these letting go, and it's an illusion, and you know what I'm saying? It's like everything, how I am seeing it, and how I realized that, because I tapped into some kind of reality in a way in an ayahuasca ceremony, where I saw myself as in a stage, and on the stage, it was just for me, everything, every person in my life, it was just for me, and everyone was clapping and like, oh, you got it, you know. And I got this bliss feeling at some level. It was amazing at the moment, but it did not do anything more for me either, you know. It was not enough for me, I felt, to have that experience, to just let everything go, you know, like, oh, it's a play, it's a game, or whatever, you know. It's like, it was not enough for me. And then I had another experience where I was everything, and it was dark. Obviously, it was dark, it was black, pitch black. There was nothing, just me. Everything disappeared. Every beautiful thing I knew of this world, bad or good, just disappeared, and I was everything. And I got into this depression for the first time in my life. I got into depression, I think, for 6 months or so. I had a really difficult time with it. I just couldn't grasp being everything and being okay with it. It was really hard for me to accept that. And I remember saying in the ceremony, to ayahuasca, but she was not there because I was everything, as I was saying. But I told her, like, I will be back, you know. I will be back, and I will come back stronger than ever, and I will give duality sense of purpose. No more feeling like I was playing with a dollhouse, you know, because that's kind of how the feeling was. And I felt very, in that experience, I felt very like this spoiled brat niece kind of feeling, you know, where I was just saying to my guides or whatever, ayahuasca, I was just like, but I didn't want to know this. Why are you telling me this? Why are you showing me this? This was the last thing I wanted to know. You know, I was angry, and of course they were not responding, because that was the thing. I was everything. So, but anyways, it was just this deep understanding of how important the gift of duality is. And because it was so boring to be just me, you know. So when people tell me everything is fine and you are everything, I just don't get it. I don't get it. I don't see how that would fix anything for me. I love people. I love nature. I love everything. I love everything, even the bad things. I love it, you know. The only thing I hate, which is painful and kills me, is to be alone. It is, because it's boring. I don't want to talk to myself. I don't give a fuck about that, I'm not interested in talking to myself. I spend time with me all the time, I am with me. I live with me. I am me, This is, I am not you. I am not someone else. I don't want to be. I don't want to be another being. I want to have respect. I want to have love. I want to understand people. I want to sit down with human beings and allow them to open themselves up to me, because they trust me, because they want to speak to me, they want to share with me, not because I am them. I don't want that. I don't want to tap into their truth just like that. It's not, where is the respect in that? It's like, uh I don't get it. I don't get it. That's basically what I'm trying to say. I don't understand this sense of peace, knowing that you are everything. This is not divine feminine essence. I'm sorry. I can stand for this is my truth, okay? Maybe not every female feels like I do, or maybe they do and they just don't know it, okay? But I do not feel that being everything, as we know we are, we are, and that's kind of why duality is a thing for the divine feminine. The divine feminine loves others. That's why, because she's kind of fed up with herself. She knows she's everything because she feels it in her heart. It's enough. It's enough to feel the connection, and it's more important to her to experience her beingness amongst others. That's the real spiritual work that I am seeing, is that why I am not okay or in peace when people tell me that everything is okay because you are everything and I am everything. But what does it matter if I am everything and you are everything and everyone else is everything? It doesn't matter. Then we are back at the ego, because it's just a lot of everythings are like in existence. We're existing together. Everything is existing with everything. So that's why I see the I am as the super ego, because it's just that, it's, oh, I am everything. Yeah, but so am I. So it doesn't matter that you are everything, because I am everything as well. So what's the point? What's the big deal about being everything? It's not. That is not the thing with spirituality. Spirituality is about experiencing, when you stop, when you say, oh, but everything is fine, everything, you don't, I know, like, it's not about that. It's more about like the experience, the feeling that there's more, there's more, there's more. Let's experience this, do this, try this, but together, right? Like, that's what I'm talking about. It's not about just being everything and just tapping into things and, oh, I can channel you, and that's some ego shit. Come on, that's not respect. We're not supposed to intrude in other people's worlds. We're supposed to open up to us, to ourselves, to others. That's how we are one. It's respect. It's allowance. It's giving time to nature with everything what it has, with timing and divine timing. It's like we try to force things to happen. I mean, I'm impatient as well, and I know that. I don't like to wait. I fucking hate it. But anyway, it doesn't matter, because I respect it. I would never intrude. And when I do, sometimes, because I do, of course, do crazy shit sometimes, because I'm human, And I like that part about me, because that's what makes me um learn more, and be humble about it, and ask myself questions, and not just, not just like, oh, now I have an answer, now I'm done. No, like, what the fuck? No, I mean, we're barely starting, it's just beginning. This is just the beginning. This part of knowing who we are as beings is just it's the last part of ascension. Once we ascend, we have so much ahead of us. We have magic. We have to create the new together. We have so much within ourselves. You have no idea. I mean, oh my God, like what I see in people that they don't see in themselves. I'm like, I'm registering what I'm seeing, and I'm just, oh my God, this girl is like, oh shit, she's so beautiful and she doesn't even know it. I mean, and because I see how they see things, how they like embrace and work with their minds, and it's how they, and they, for me, the most awake people I have ever known is like the people that don't even know it themselves, and then they don't even know what spirituality is, because this spirituality talk just makes your ego go, it's like you have to be very careful with that. So yeah, I mean, I was gonna talk about sex, but I guess I'm not. Just I just wanted to explain a little bit how the feminine essence can be, at least from my perspective and my experience. And I truly, 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 deeply, deeply, deeply feel that she is the answer, because she takes everyone in, and everyone is her children. A mother never says to her kid, I love you more than I love your brother or your sister. It's not happening. A mother doesn't do things like that. If a mother does things like that, well, she's not a mother. Okay, a mother is an action, it's a way of being, it's a way of behaving. It's all encompassing, it's embracing all. It's, and your children can be your children, of course, the physical ones that you give birth to, but as well, the divine feminine gives birth to anything, by her seeing, because it comes from her being. Her eyes see what she is. So when she looks at another person, and maybe the person feels like the most crappy person in the world, maybe she sees something else, and that's kind of what the Christ energy is about, because that's why I say that the divine feminine is both feminine and masculine, and she's kind of done, she's balanced, because if she would not be balanced, she would not be able to see the beautiful things she sees in others. It would be impossible for her to birth her Christ consciousness just by being who she is and seeing what she sees. It would not be possible. So it's like it's time to allow her to come forth. um yeah, it's just a plea, because we have so much to share with you guys, everyone. I know a lot of females feels this, and many are, I don't know if many are. I am very embarrassed about me, and I'm trying to overcome this. I've had numerous people tell me that I'm not worth shit, that I'm not intelligent, that I'm dumb, that I don't know how to think. And I went through hell and heaven to find myself. I did. So I do feel everything has been worth it. Every single word that has been said to me has been worth it. Without a single doubt, it has been worth it. But it has been painful, and it still is painful. It still is very difficult, and I feel like I am still hidden in this little place I call home without a single being to talk to for days and days and days in a row. The only thing that gives me some kind of social environment is my work, which I cherish a lot, and I'm doing a lot of energetical work, which I'm not telling about in my workplace. Of course, I don't share that because I'm just being. So it's not something I'm doing. It's just I'm just being myself, you know. So, but there's a lot of purging going on there. I'm helping older people to do that. Maybe I shouldn't have said that. Whatever. um, yeah. As you can see, I'm very tired. I've been shopping food today. I'm very grateful for all the help I got. I wouldn't have been able to do it by myself. So these beautiful beings are, of course, around. This is a very beautiful girl. Big shout out to her. She is amazing, and she doesn't even know it, of course. Um, the special ones, the really like, no, I mean, everyone is special. I'm not gonna say it like that, but there is something very special about people that don't see themselves, I think. I like to look at this, you know, the ones that really feel like crap, you know, the ones that really, really struggle with seeing themselves. It has its purpose, you know, it has its purpose. It has its place, I can say. Because if you spend a lifetime thinking that you are all that, fine, you know, it's cool, but you have another experience that is awaiting you, and that's to be humbled, you know. So no matter which end you are at, with no matter which end you begin at, it doesn't matter. It's just completion of all, and we are here to experience both, you know. So people that don't believe in themselves have experienced not believing in themselves, so that makes them ready to believe in themselves, you know. It's just how it is. Yeah. I don't even know how this video is going to look because I feel so tired that I'm embarrassed, but I just felt that I wanted to do this. It's been such a long time since I did. I'm not feeling good, that's for sure. It's been hard. I lost some of the most dearest people in the world. One is my mother, and I do not think that I will be hanging out with her or anything like that more. It's just been too painful to see what I'm seeing, and I'm done with that part. I'm calling that for my Matrix mom part. Whatever. That was not what I want to talk to you about. I just wanted to share about the divine feminine essence, and that's that. Oh yeah, right. Tomorrow, if you want, I'm having a webinar at a school I just opened. It's gonna be a free webinar, and the first one is going to be free. I'm not rich, so I have to. I'm gonna charge a bit later the other webinars if they are interesting enough. I hope so. I do feel that I have a lot to share, so I'm really hoping that it will go well. The topic I have chosen for the first webinar is called Why. Just because why is the foundation to everything we are doing. And this is where we can discern ourselves. And if we have been doing it from a place that is not all-encompassing and all-inclusive, it will show, and maybe it can change our perspective. Maybe we didn't even know that it was because of that, you know, maybe because wounds are always present. So it's nothing that is bad, but it's just, we just learn, you know. So yeah, the webinar is going to be at 21 p.m. Swedish time, because I live in Sweden, and it's on Zoom. So if you are interested, you could leave me a message if you can. I'm gonna post this on my YouTube channel and on my Facebook for my friends, and see what happens. I really hope to see people there. It would be fun to be able to share what I have realized these last years and lifetime. So that is all for now. Leave me a message if you want to be joined on the webinar. I will give you the codes and stuff like that. And yeah, that's it. Thank you for listening to me. Excuse if I am not looking at the camera all the time. It's just I'm still processing insecurities, but I'm trying. It's gonna get better, I guess, with time. Yeah. I love you all very much. Bye.